Hey everyone, it's Mr. Vargas here, once again, looking to help out Math 8, this time with homework 5.6, using the Pythagorean Theorem, page 427. So a lot of the same skills from the last video. I apologize if the audio was messed up. Hopefully this time we'll get it right. Nevertheless, we'll get some good practice with Pythagorean Theorem. Let's take a look at number 1. We are given this kind of scenario where we have a right triangle and it's a ladder and a tree, but I'm just going to use a right triangle since I'm not a very good artist. They give you these dimensions, 12 feet, h feet, and 5 feet. And they want you to write an equation that will help you solve for the missing length. Alright, as we remember, the general formula for Pythagorean Theorem is a squared plus b squared equals c squared. Alright, your a and your b are your legs, and your c is going to be the longest side, which is the hypotenuse. So let me just label this. This is going to be a leg over here, this is a leg over here, and that long side is your hypotenuse, and it's always opposite the 90-degree angle. Okay, so let's go ahead and use these numbers and letters to write an equation. So it doesn't really matter what leg you choose first. I'll just go with 5. So that's my first leg right here, and it's going to be 5 squared plus h squared equals 12 squared, because my hypotenuse is my c here. Alright, with a little bit of math, we get 25 plus h squared equals 144. Subtract 25 from both sides and you get h squared equals 119 when you subtract 25 from both sides. Okay, so now we just have to find the value of h, and remember we can go ahead and use the inverse operation. The opposite of squaring something or squaring a number is going to be taking the square root. So whatever I do to one side, I have to do to the other side. These cancel out. The h comes free out of jail. So h equals, and the square root here of 119. Let me get my calculator really quick. It's going to be approximately 10.9. And they ask you to round to the nearest tenth, so that's good. 10.9. And that's it, rounded to the nearest tenth. So there is your answer. That's the missing value from your right triangle. Okay, let's take a look at number 2. Same type of deal. Let's go ahead and draw that right triangle. And we've got 15 here. And this is in feet. X feet. And 6 feet. So nearly identical problem. Let's go ahead and set up our equation. Our leg squared plus our leg squared equals our hypotenuse squared. A squared plus b squared equals c squared. Alright, this time it's just one of our legs. We're just going to call it x. That could be your a or your b, whatever. Doesn't matter. So let's do 6 squared. That's one leg, this leg, plus this leg right here, x squared. And that's going to be equal to your hypotenuse squared, which is that long side again, 15 squared. Alright, some math gets us to 36 plus x squared equals 225. We can subtract 36 from both sides, and you get x squared equals 189. And just to be clear, all I did was subtract 36 from this side, subtract 36 from this side. And now you've got, I'll rewrite it again, x squared equals 189. All right, to solve for x, we want to get x all by itself. So we have to do the opposite of squaring something. That's taking the square root. Take the square root of both sides, and you get x is approximately 13.7 when you do that in your calculator. And of course it's in feet. So let me write that one more time. 13.7 feet. Okay. I guess I should be a little bit careful with the answer for number 1. So that was number 2. Let me go back to number 1. And I'll rewrite this as h is not equal to, h is approximately 10.9 feet. Okay, sorry, just wanted to be very clear about that. Okay, let's do a few more together. 3 and 4 look pretty similar to what we've already done. Let's look at number 6. Number 6, because that one's probably going to be the most challenging. Number 6. It says Rodrigo is buying a 5.5-foot long finishing rod for his father for his birthday. He wants to put it in a box so that his dad will not be able to guess what is in the box. The box he wants to use is 4 feet long and 4 feet wide. Will the pole fit in the box? Justify your reasoning. So pretty much what's being asked here is if we have this box that's 4 by 4, will we be able to fit a pole inside the box that is 5.5 feet long? So that red pole, will it be able to fit inside of this square box, this 4 by 4 box? All right, so pretty much what we have to do is find this missing length diagonally of the box, and then we can determine if we can lay that pole in there in the box for it to fit. So we can use Pythagorean Theorem here to find the length of the diagonal of this box. Let's go ahead and do that. We know that this is a right angle right there. So we've got A is 4 and B is 4 here. And then our C is our mystery, our question mark. So let's use Pythagorean Theorem to figure that out. A squared, so 4 squared plus 4 squared is going to equal our mystery of C squared. Do some simple simplifying here. You get 16 plus 16, which is 32, equals C squared. Okay, here we want to get C all by itself. So we're going to have to do the opposite of C squared, which is the square root of C squared. And that cancels that guy out, gets your C out of jail free. But whatever you do to one side, you got to do to the other side. So C is not equal to, but approximately 5.66, when you round, feet long. Okay, so that means this length of the box is 5.66 from here to here. So will your 5.5-foot pole, whatever that looks like, if that's that length, 5.5, will it fit inside of your box? And 5.5, you know, is the same as just 5.5 feet. So that means you do have enough room in this length of the box on the diagonal that 5.5 will fit, since it is 5.66 feet long. Alright, so a sample answer might look something like this. Yes. The corner of the box is a right angle. Using Pythagorean Theorem. The diagonal of that box is 4 squared plus 4 squared, which is equal to 32, which we had to take the square root of 32 to get that diagonal, and that's approximately 5.66. Since the rod is 5.5 feet, it will fit. Alright, and that does it for this video. Hope this helped. Good luck, and we'll see you on Monday.